What's up, YouTube? It's Todd Horst here with Taste Tracker, and today I want to talk about day trading. Last I talked about day trading on this channel was about long calls for 7 to 10 days out expiration. Around $100 I would buy them for, and then look to sell them for 110, so 10% profit in a couple minutes. Sometimes that worked out, and I was able to close within a couple minutes. Other times I had to hold on for a couple days. And then if I had to hold on for a couple days, usually it was either for a scratch or a loss. If things really went south, it was for a complete loss. I've actually had more success doing that recently because my account's larger and I'm able to double and triple, quadruple down, averaging down. And then when the stock swings back up again, then I'm able to either exit for profit or for scratch. So the ability to average down has been instrumental in making those plays work for me. But what I actually want to talk about today is day trading positions that you have longer term positions in. And when I say longer term, I'm still talking about my average plays that are, we'll say 20 to 45 days out. I really get frustrated watching the market chop and go nowhere, and actually see the price of my position go up and down $100 in a day. So in the morning with all the volatility, it'll look like the price increased, which is bad if I'm a net seller, which I typically am. And then by the end of the day, it will have settled back down and it'll be a break even for the day. But there's that $100 there that, why can't I capitalize on that? So, I decided to start trading my same position, sort of like I'm doubling down, but instead of holding it long term like you would for a double down, I'm just turning that into a day trade to try to capitalize on those minuscule movements. So if you're following my Apple Wheel account, what I have here is the ROKU position I'm in. Let's go over here. Okay, so I have ROKU expiration 10/8, which is 31 days away. A total collected for that was just around $2,000. Okay, the collateral required is something like $6,000. So it's actually our risk reward is pretty good, assuming I don't get assigned. So I could either choose to play this exact same strike and expiration, but what I've actually been doing is choosing something closer to the 10 days out still. And then let's look at the chain. ROKU. Okay, so I'll try to go something here, something around 60% in the money and sell this put here. So that's the 350. Again, because that's a round number, that's going to have more contracts sold. Also because it's fairly deep in the money, not deep, but yeah, it's because it's in the money, a couple strikes, we'll get some pretty volatile movements anywhere in this band from 335 to 350. But because we're in the money, it's going to degrade in value quicker if we get a little bit of a pump. So for the past couple days, I've been day trading several contracts. I made 500 on Friday, and I only made 150 today. But that's better, I think, than just sitting there watching my one position come up in value, $163. So basically, I doubled my gains for today, even though it was a relatively flat day. So let's go look at ROKU on the day chart. I prefer the 1 minute, but to each his own. So basically, I'm looking for the established range. I thought we were going to come down in here. It's actually right around here where I put it on. I was hoping that it would be a fairly green day. So I put a position on here when it bounced, and didn't actually end up closing it to over here. That was the first play, and that was like $60. But then by this point, we had already established that this was basically the top and then this was the bottom. So once it got down here, I put on another position, and closed it on up here. By the time we got over here, the volume had trickled down enough and volatility had decreased enough that there wasn't really enough premium. And by this point on, you can see 11 o'clock on, it's really not worth playing. It chopped sideways for a little bit. But in these first couple moves for the day, volatility is higher, and you can get a pretty decent premium. So I sort of see this as a zero risk day trade. If everything goes against me, I'll hold on to those contracts. I can still roll them out and down, like I have been doing my original position. But if things go my way, then I can make a couple $100 along the way. So that's, I guess, something I don't hear a lot of people talking about. I'm sure there are people talking about it. But if you're in an existing position, you like the stock, you like the overall position. For me, Roku is near the bottom of its trend. It could come the whole way down to here to 300, but it very easily could stick here around this price point, around 330, 340, and then turn up. We'll see. But overall, it's on the lower half, which means it's got plenty of upside to go. So I'm bullish here to begin with. I had put my original position back here on the 12th when I thought it was bouncing off of the 100-day. That did not happen. It still continued to come down. I've rolled that position down and out the whole way down to 355, and it started at 367. Let me go in here so I don't lie to you. The original, 367.5 was the original position. So I've come down $12 while still increasing the premium I've collected. So I collected an additional 382, then I had a debit of 46, and then I had an additional 157. So I've collected another $500. Yeah, and still managed to roll it down $12. So again, if things go poorly here for me, and I'm stuck with another contract and I can't close out of it that day, obviously for day trading, it's good to get in and out of a position each day and not hold that position overnight because you're not sure where it's going to go the next day. But if I had to, I could hold that position, roll it out and down, and it's essentially just me doubling down. So I thought that was an interesting way to look at it. Obviously, I have my watch list over here. I could sort by the percentage change and then go to the minute chart. PayPal would have actually been a fairly good one, but there are some of these where the bulk of the increase, okay, this is a great example. So before I would feel comfortable of knowing where the stock is going for the day, it basically went down from there. So I wouldn't have wanted to put a position on here. Here on the bounce, I might have been felt comfortable putting a position on here, and then that close here potentially, but I'm willing to bet that it wouldn't have been that much. With Roku, it very easily moves from the peak to trough, $400 of option premium. So yeah, I'm definitely not that accurate, so I'm collecting about half of that on any given move, which is, I still think, pretty good. So it's good for practice if you are trying to get into day trading, but your timing's off. My timing is not the best. It's not my style that I'm best at playing. So doing this is a bit more forgiving because I have several backup plans that if I need to hold on to it, I can. If I should happen to get assigned, I can take it, and then I can start writing covered calls. So I have step A, B, C, and D already thought out. But ultimately, I'm not looking for a home run. I'm looking for another 100 or 200 per position, and then I'll just rinse and repeat. I did that 3 times on Friday and only 2 times today. So it just depends on the day how things are moving. But yeah, just something to improve your skills, add a little extra cash to the position. And so this 1900 actually hasn't included the money that I made on Friday and today on Roku, just because I treated them as separate positions. But that's an extra $650 that could have this position be closable. Right now it's trading at 22. And so $600 would mean I'd be at 25, so I'd be plus 300 overall in the position. I still believe that I can get this position green, which would mean it would have to be below 19.5. I believe I can get there. So that's why I haven't been including it in this position. But yeah, so right now I'm, down $300 on this position. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.